Hello friends, I am Yogesh Valla. Friends, one of the main objectives of the education is to correlate education with our day-to-day life. And today we are going to talk about a chapter which is closely related to our life. This chapter is important from competitive exam point of view. Okay, so let's start the chapter with some day-to-day life examples. Friends, if you like the lecture, please share and subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. So friends, let's start with an example of our day-to-day life. Suppose there is a square shaped table. So around that table, 4 people can sit or 4 chairs can be arranged. Then if there are 2 such tables arranged in such a manner, then we can say there are 6 chairs can be arranged. Okay, if there are 3 tables, then we can say 8 people can be sit properly. Okay, and suppose if there are 5 such tables, then we can easily count that there can be 12 people can be arranged around the table. Okay, but what if there are, we can say, 50 tables? Okay, then we have to need a formula to calculate it. Okay, let us see one more example. Now suppose there is an auditorium, and in that auditorium, in first row there are 8 chairs. Obviously the number of chairs is more than 8, but for instance we consider there are 8 chairs in first row. In second row there are 10 chairs. Okay, in third row there are 12 chairs. Then what will be the number of chairs in 23rd row? Okay, or how many total chairs are in that auditorium if there are 23 such rows? Okay, in such cases we have to develop a concept to solve such type of problems. Okay, and for that arithmetic progression is needed. Okay, so before studying arithmetic progression, let us consider some basic terms related with it. Okay, so first of all, let's see what is sequence. Sequence is set of numbers arranged in definite order. Okay, any series of number which is arranged in definite order. For example, natural numbers 1, 2, 3, or you can say even numbers. These numbers are arranged in 2, 4, 6 in increasing order. Okay, or you can say 7, 0, minus 5, 37, minus 8. Okay, if you observe this, there is particular relation in the first 2 sequences. Okay, but in third sequence there is no relation between the consecutive numbers. Okay, so we can say sometimes we observe a definite relation between the consecutive terms. Here 1, 2, 3, the next number will be 4, 5. You can predict about that. Here you can predict about the next numbers, but we cannot predict about the next numbers in this sequence. That means sometimes there does not exist any relation between the terms. Okay, is that clear? Let's move ahead. In sequence, ordered terms are represented by T1, T2, T3, and let Tn be the nth term. Okay, any general term. Means the first term is called as T1, means in this sequence T1 is equal to 1. Then second term is 2, third term is 3, and so on. Okay, in general sequence is written as Tn in curly bracket. This is the general form of any sequence, writing any sequence. Now look at the following sequences. Okay, the first sequence is 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. The next one is 3, 9, 27, 81, and so on. And the next one is 1 upon 3, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 12, and so on. If we observe these sequences closely, then we can establish a rule, or we can predict about the relation between the consecutive numbers. Here we can easily say that the next number we get by adding plus 3 in the previous number. Okay, we get 9 by adding again 3 to 6. Okay, and again 12 can be obtained by adding 3 in the previous number. Okay, such type of sequences are called as arithmetic progression. We are going to see arithmetic progression in detail further. Okay, now look at the second sequence. Here we can find the rule as the next number is obtained by multiplying the previous number by a particular number. Here in this case it is 3. Okay, if we multiply 9 by 3, again we get 27. If we multiply 27 by 3, we get 81. Okay, such type of sequences are called as geometric progression. Okay, and here the reciprocals of 3, 6, 9 and 12. Okay, the denominator is in arithmetic progression. Okay, such type of progression is called as harmonic progression. So here we can say that if the sequence has a particular relation, then it can be classified into 3 types: arithmetic progression, geometric progression and harmonic progression. Now in 10th standard, we are going to deal with arithmetic progression. Okay, so let's see what is arithmetic progression is. So what is arithmetic progression? Suppose T1, T2, T3, T up to Tn and Tn plus 1 and so on is a sequence. Okay, if in a sequence, if difference between two consecutive terms, that is Tn plus 1 minus Tn, is constant, then the sequence is called an arithmetic progression. I am going to repeat once again. In a sequence, if difference between Tn plus 1 next term and previous term minus Tn is constant, then the sequence is called as arithmetic progression. Okay, now let's see 10, 20, 30 up to 100 is a sequence. Here we can see that 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. 30 minus 20 is again 10 and so on. If we get the constant as 10, 10, 10, then such type of sequence is called as arithmetic progression. Okay, now let us see in this case 25 minus 50 is equal to minus 25. Then 0 minus 25 is equal to minus 25. Okay, minus 25 minus 0, again we get minus 25. Okay, here 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. Again the difference is constant. In these 3 examples, the difference is constant. Okay, so these 3 sequences are nothing but arithmetic progression. Okay, this difference is called as common difference. This difference is called as common difference, and it is denoted by letter D, and the formula for common difference is Tn plus 1 minus Tn. Okay, by subtracting the terms, consecutive terms, we get common difference D. Okay, and we can say that the common difference D can be positive. Okay, in this case the common difference is positive. Okay, it can be negative. Okay, look at this example, it is minus 25, or it can be 0. Okay, in the third example. Okay, and if the first term that is T1 is generally denoted by A. Okay, so second term we get as A plus D, that is adding the common difference. Third term we can write it as a plus d plus d, so it will be a plus 2d, and in this way the fourth term is a plus 3d, fifth term is a plus 4d, and you can write the whole sequence. Okay, and by looking at these examples we can classify the arithmetic progression in two groups, that is finite AP and infinite AP. If the number of terms are countable, okay, then it is called as finite AP. And if there are infinite terms, innumerable terms, then we can say it is as infinite AP. Let's solve some problems from practice set 3.1, which is on page number 61. Okay, the first question is, which of the following sequences are in AP if they are AP, find the common difference. Okay, means the first question we have to identify whether it is AP or not, and then if it is AP, then we have to find the common difference. Let's solve the first problem, that is 2 4 6 8. The given sequence is 2 4 6 8. Okay, so I'm going to write the first problem as the given sequence is 2 4 6 8 and so on. Okay, now here we can write, here the first term is 2, the second term is 4, the third term is 6, fourth term is 8. Okay, so take the difference between the consecutive terms, that is T2 minus T1, 4 minus 2 is 2, T3 minus T2, again we can write 6 minus 4, we get 2, for T4 minus T3, we can write 8 minus 6, okay, again we get 2. In this way, every time we get T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2 is equal to T4 minus T3 is equal to 2. That is, D is equal to 2 is equal to constant. Okay, therefore we can write here the difference between two consecutive terms is constant, and therefore the given sequence is an AP with common difference is equal to 2. Okay, let's highlight our both the answers. It is an AP. Okay, this is our first answer, and the common difference is 2. Now let's see the second problem. Write an AP whose first term is A and common difference is D in each of the following. Means we have given the first term and the common difference, and now we have to write an AP. Let's start solving the problem. We have given that in first problem A is equal to 10 and D is equal to 5. Okay, therefore we can write directly the first term T1 is equal to A is equal to 10. Okay, for second term T2, as we have seen earlier, that the second term can be obtained by adding the common difference. Okay, so we can write here as A plus D, then write here 10 plus 5. If it is minus, then write along with its sign. Okay, so both the terms have same sign. 10 is positive, 5 is positive, so I am going to add these two terms. the second term is 15 and T3 is equal to A plus D, or you can directly write as A plus 2D, that is 10 plus 2 into 5, that is 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. Okay, if you want, you can find the fourth term as T4 is equal to A plus 3D, that is 10 plus A is 10 and 3 into D is 5. So 10 plus 3 5s are 15. So we get 25. Okay, and in this way you can find many terms. Okay, but it is enough to find 4 terms. Therefore, the required AP, we can write the required AP is 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. Okay, let's highlight our answer once again. Let's solve the third problem. Find the first term and common difference for each of an AP. Okay, this given AP is 5, 1, minus 3, minus 7. Remember one thing here, that it is given as AP. If it is not given as AP, then first of all you have to prove that this is an AP. The given sequence is in an AP. Okay, and then find A and D. Okay, so let's start solving the problem. We have given the given sequence. The given sequence is an AP. Okay, and it is 5, 1, minus 3, minus 7 and so on. So we can write here as T1 is equal to 5, T2 is equal to 1, T3 is equal to minus 3, T4 is equal to minus 7 and so on. Okay, so here we can write A is equal to first term is equal to 5. Okay, therefore our first answer is A is equal to 5. We have to find the first term and the common difference. So look here, it is so easy that you have to just write the first term and you will get 1 mark. Okay, now let's find the common difference. Okay, so D is equal to Tn plus 1 minus Tn. Okay, so T2 minus T1, that is 1 minus 5. It will be minus 4. And therefore you can write D is equal to minus 4. Again I am repeating the same thing. If the given sequence they have given you, that is it is an AP, then you have to just write this much. Okay, and you will get the answer and you will get the good marks. But if it is not an AP, it is not given as it is an AP, then you have to prove that by looking at the difference, by solving T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, and if the difference is constant, then it is an AP. First of all, prove this and then find A and D. Okay, friends, I hope you all like the lecture, and if you like the lecture, please share and subscribe it, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.